Look at that.
Is
That's
that him?
Yeah, and his lady. Isn't he handsome?
Look at her, she's so pretty.
So she's probably nuts then. In my experience, the prettier a girl is, the more nuts she is. Which makes you insane. You're probably nutty, cuckoo, crazy.
Hey everyone, I'm Jonathan Kim from What the Flick and The Young Turks, and that was a scene from Blue Valentine, which stars Ryan Gosling as Dean and Michelle Williams as Cindy, and intercuts scenes of them meeting and falling in love with scenes of their marriage disintegrating 6 years later. Other than being a gritty portrayal of a relationship's highs and lows with strong, possibly Oscar-worthy performances by Gosling and Williams, though I doubt it, what you've probably heard about Blue Valentine is that the Motion Picture Association of America originally gave the film an NC-17 rating. And why? Get this, because of a scene where Dean goes down on Cindy and she enjoys it. A scene with no nudity at all. That's it. That's what it was. So what the hell is going on? Well, it's obvious that the MPAA has a crazy double standard when it comes to violence versus sex. And as noted in Kirby Dick's great documentary about the MPAA, This Film Is Not Yet Rated, they don't like scenes of women enjoying sex too much. But how can anyone rationally explain why horror films, where people get stabbed, gutted, hacked to pieces and worse, can be rated R, but going down on a woman means that no one under 17 should be allowed to see a movie, even if accompanied by their parents, who of course should be the ultimate judge of what is appropriate for their kids to see? Thankfully, the Weinstein Company, which distributes Blue Valentine, appealed the rating and got it changed to an R without having to cut any scenes, but it was a close call. But is Blue Valentine any good? As I mentioned, the performances by Gosling and Williams are very strong and realistic, with dialogue that actually sounds like the way real people talk. That comes close to making up for what I feel are two major flaws in the film. First, that half the movie is about Cindy being unhappy with the marriage, but the movie never explains what she's unhappy about. Which is even more glaring since Dean doesn't seem too different from the way he was when they got together. He's a loving husband and would rather spend time being a good parent than having a career. Is that so awful? Sure, Dean acts worse as the situation gets worse, but that seems like more of a symptom of the breakup than the cause. The other big problem is that Blue Valentine is shot almost exclusively in close-ups and tight shots, which I found annoying. Your movie is intimate, I get it. Now just back up. So Blue Valentine, which I emphasize is not a date movie unless you want to break up with the person you're on a date with, has two pretty significant flaws, but they're largely outweighed by the great performances by Gosling and Williams and the film's scrappy indie spirit. So for that, I give Blue Valentine a rating of 6.2. I'm Jonathan Kim for What the Flick, wishing you happy viewing.